Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Getting School. Have you ever heard of the acronym GMO? Well, it stands for Genetically Modified Organisms. Ooh, genetic modification. Sounds scary, right? Well, it's not, because we've been consuming these genetically modified crops, or organisms if you will, for at least a decade or more than that. You see, genetically modified organisms are nothing but organisms which are inserted with genes from other organisms such as bacteria, plants, or animals. This technology is extensively used for growing food crops. Because you see, if there's a crop you can't grow during winter, and then you can take a certain kind of gene that gives the polar bear its ability to live under such freezing temperatures and insert this gene into the seed of the crop, so you can now get a food crop that can grow in winter. Similarly, if there's a certain kind of bacteria which has the ability to survive under extreme drought conditions without requiring even a single drop of water, then you can take the gene of that bacteria and insert it into the seed, which when planted gives us a drought-resistant food crop which does not require water and requires only sunlight. Now, how do we actually perform this operation? Well, there are two methods. One of them is by using a gene gun. Yes, the term gene gun actually exists. It is not an actual gun. We're only using a gun here for symbolic purposes. Did you guys know that? Anyway, this is how a gene gun actually looks like. What happens here is that genetic material is sped up through a vacuum and is made to target a group of plant cells and embryos, hoping that the chromosomes in the nucleus of these plant cells and embryos capture this genetic material. The other method involves a type of DNA molecule called plasmid, which exists in a bacteria called agrobacterium, which exists in soil. The speciality of this plasmid is that it can separate itself from the mother DNA or the mother chromosome and Trojan horse itself into the plant and tricking the plant into making food for it. This special ability of the plasmid is used by scientists to make it carry selective genes from other organisms and plant them in the nucleus of the seeds to give it different traits and giving us a GM crop. Now, coming to the pros and cons of this GMO phenomenon, many people are worried about it because they think it could be harmful to their health by consuming all these GM crops which are made in some laboratory by inducing some chemicals. Well, they're wrong on both accounts. You see, we've been consuming these crops for almost a decade and there has been no single case of side effects in human health. Now, coming to the other thing, these crops are not made in laboratories by inducing some chemicals. The only thing is that seeds of these crops are inserted with the genetic material from other organisms in the laboratories and they're taken to the field and grown naturally from there, giving us crops which are drought resistant, which can grow in winter, which can be radiation resistant, maybe in the future, and which can also be pest resistant, which means farmers no longer need to use pesticides or insecticides because these chemicals are harmful for their health. But one con of this type of practice that I'd like to point out is this. Let's suppose a company A develops a new kind of GM crop with specific characteristics, and it's going to immediately want to patent it, making it difficult for other farmers to grow that crop unless they contact the company and ask for their permission and end up paying the company some kind of royalty money in order to be allowed to grow that crop. This kind of culture could blow out of proportions because in 5 or 10 years, a single company could hold patents for 100 different crops, which means we are essentially depending upon a few companies for our food supply. Now let's know what you guys think about all this GMO debate in the comments. As always, thanks for watching and see you next time.